Hi, I'm Kam Quarles, the CEO of the National Potato Council. Thanks very much for the opportunity to be part of this meeting. I enjoyed being with you all in November in person last year and wish we weren't remote this year. First, I'd like to thank Frank and the team there in Boise for adapting this meeting and all of the Commission's activities so effectively to this difficult situation. It's been a privilege working side by side with you all during this crisis. Though 2020 isn't over yet, looking back on it is almost like viewing two entirely separate worlds. One is pre-COVID, and the other is the world that we've been dealing with since the shutdown started. Pre-COVID, the potato industry generally was having a strong year. For NPC, we had a new team in place, and we were extremely proud to follow the largest potato expo ever with a highly successful Washington fly-in, outstanding 2020 leadership program, and strong kickoff to the Potato Leaf Foundation. As a new CEO, I was thrilled at the value our talented team was delivering for the industry. Then March happened, and the shutdowns. As the weeks went on, a predictable cascade of events occurred that threatened the livelihoods of farmers in Idaho and across the country. Without food service customers, the predicted backlogs and industry impact were staggering, both for you as farmers and also our team as advocates for you. I dealt with many disaster relief programs in my 20-plus years, but these COVID numbers had lots of extra zeros attached to them. To put an image in your minds, as we gathered the data to explain to USDA and Capitol Hill how big the backlog of potatoes would be, we determined that at its height, it could fill the United States Capitol 14 times over. In response, our industry rallied into action. NPC, IPC, and the other state organizations created a simple but effective plan to immediately provide relief. First, we had to push USDA to temporarily become our customer in the absence of the food service industry in order to clear out the growing backlog. Second, USDA needed to provide meaningful disaster relief to growers who were impacted in order to stabilize these family farms until the marketplace strengthened. One of the most important things that I'm very thankful for is Frank's wisdom in having such a strong policy professional in Pat Cole on his team. Pat's knowledge of the industry and his credibility with policymakers was essential in answering the vital questions that USDA and the Congressional Delegation were asking. His presence made a huge impact in the process and the results to date. Also, the way the Idaho Congressional Delegation worked together in pushing for relief for this industry was fantastic. The staff of Senators Risch and Crapo and Congressmen Simpson and Fulcher held numerous conference calls to ensure that their efforts could make a difference specifically for this industry. When the calls weren't enough, they traveled across the country at a moment's notice to meet with decision makers to get these programs in the right place. All of this focused teamwork generated results. USDA responded by providing both the largest surplus commodity purchase program in our industry's history and the largest direct payment disaster relief program for growers in our industry's history. Let me say that again. In the two priority areas that NPC, IPC, and the other state organizations identified back in early April, the federal government has responded to both with the largest relief programs in history. We believe these actions will keep us in the game as consumer demand strengthens both domestically and internationally. Though we aren't out of the crisis yet, I think that the challenges COVID forced upon us and our industry's response provide some optimism looking forward. In short, we aren't helpless to this crisis. The clear steps we took put us on a path to relief. What were those steps? First, when the potato industry was initially hit, we gathered information rapidly to allow us to take a clear-headed look at the facts we knew. Second, we also had experienced individuals to make some reasoned assumptions and developed an achievable strategy based on that information. Most importantly, we worked together as a strong team in relentlessly pursuing that strategy. Though COVID is the most immediate challenge we face today, it will not be the last crisis. Hopefully, the actions we took during these past few months can also be applied toward whatever comes at us in the future and with similar productive results. From the NPC team, thanks again to all the IPC commissioners and to Frank Muir, Pat Cole, Travis Blacker, and the rest of your fine professional team. It has been a privilege for me in my first year as CEO of NPC to be able to do challenging work with such a strong group of people. Together, I think we are reaching our goal of delivering meaningful results for this great industry. Good luck with the rest of the meeting, and I will gladly see you all next year in person. Thank you.